Hey, welcome back to Horror DNA TV. We're back here at Frightmare Collectibles with a lady that needs no introduction, Miss Linnea Quigley. Linnea?
Well, you introduced me. I thought I needed
small
no
introduction.
No.
You know, the big grandiose introduction, right?
Oh my God. For those who don't know me, okay.
If you don't, yeah.
Then they got to
square yourself away.
Yeah.
I've been pretty stoked for this one. It's not a question necessarily to start off with, but I was really looking forward to this one at 2014 Texas Frightmare.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my daughter and I had waited in line for you at that particular Frightmare, and we my daughter says we go every year because it happens on my birthday.
Oh.
Yeah, because my birthday's May 3rd, so it's always right around that time.
Yes.
It's a tradition for me and my daughter to go to Frightmare.
Yeah.
And she always talks about you being her favorite Frightmare experience because the line was insane. And we're sitting in line, and I'm going, what in the hell is taking so long with this line? Because it wasn't the number of people. It was just taking forever. And then as we got closer, I realized, oh, wait, she doesn't just, brushing away real quick. You spent a lot of time with your guests, and that's what was taking so long. And I remember even at one point I was kind of out of the conversation, and you and Gracie were just sitting there talking, and I had my cool parental moment where I'm like, all right, this is about the coolest damn thing that's ever happened to me. So I was pretty jazzed up for this one.
She was so cute. How old is she now?
She's 16.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What? Oh my gosh.
License, car, boyfriend, college credits already in the book. Yeah, she's not little like that anymore.
Oh my gosh. That's scary to think.
It really is, and it happens entirely too fast.
It was like, all of a sudden, no, I can't believe she's grown up like that too. Yeah. She's a teenager.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking the time. I have a bit of a theme, so sorry if I've been told I tend to do this in interviews, but I have a thing for this sort of unsung work. I mean, like, obviously, Return to the Living Dead and all the biggies we could name forever. We know you and love you for, but everybody asks about that stuff all the time.
They do. Yes.
I like to, when I prep, I kind of like to dig in and find out things that I didn't know.
Okay.
Especially in IMDb can be a little unreliable, so I like to check in a little closer. But I had watched this video for, God, it's constantly on my YouTube because I can go back and watch it. And I did not realize for all these years that was you in the Motorhead Sacrifice video.
Oh my gosh, that is very
I saw it on the filmography or whatever on IMDb, and I was like, get the fuck out of here, and looked it up, and I must have watched it 3 times in a row last night. I'm like, God damn, that's her. Yeah. And once you see it, it's obvious, but like
when you're watching it, you don't know.
Yeah, because I'll put it on in the background, but I'm not usually watching the video because I love the song. I'm a huge Motorhead fan.
That's
it's
cool.
How was that experience with the shoot and everything? Getting to work with Lemmy and all.
Oh my God, it was so fun. Yeah. They were not like the typical what you'd think a rock star would be. Mm-hmm. They were just very down to earth, and Phil, the guitar player, was hilarious. We ended up going to a movie and watching a movie, but he scared me because when we were shooting, he said, after the shoot, we'll go and we'll go to your house and do this and that. And, it was night. And I'm like, oh, geez. I actually snuck out. But he was like so innocent. He wasn't like trying to come on to me. But he was like, I was coming up with excuses like, I have dogs. I can't bring you to my house. He's like, well, give them biscuits. And, I'm like, oh, no. But he was a really nice person. And Lemmy was really, really sweet, too.
I just that was the coolest thing doing the research last night. I was like, that is fucking amazing. I really had no clue. So that was a cool moment. And then honestly wasn't aware of Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. One of the chest souls.
One of the souls that comes out of Freddy's chest. Yep.
God, yep. See, there's always, even for nerds like me, there's always something new you can learn.
That's good.
Was that a real makeup intensive process?
It wasn't really. It was like I dyed my hair like purple so that when I was coming through the dental dam stuff, it would like kind of show up. And then we wore these bodysuits, and they like painted them to look like with veins and
fleshy and all that.
And all that. So it wasn't bad. The only part that was really uncomfortable was they put KY jelly all over us, and that stuff is cold.
Yeah.
When you put it all over your body, which most people don't do, it's freezing.
Is it for like the slippery effect?
For the slippery, so we would like kind of like be, like slipping on them, like trying to get out. But I don't know if you've seen the documentary, but the whole thing fell over on us, and I had like 2 guys that were in it like fall on me, and we were up on these boxes, and we just went, and it was like a big thing because the camera almost got hit, and because it was a big Freddy, like marionette they call it, but it was like almost 2 stories big. So the one lady was working the head up there, and she was probably in her 60s or 70s, and she went whoop, fell down to the ground onto concrete, but she was okay. I was like, it was a big thing on the set.
Yeah, because that's a big set piece in that movie. And,
yes.
With the makeup and everything, it can be hard to differentiate.
It's hard to tell. Yeah.
So that was definitely a cool little discovery. Speaking of documentaries, though, I keep seeing this whole "The Party's Just Begun" legacy of Night of the Demons, but I'm not seeing or hearing anything about it now.
I know. I don't know why.
I didn't know if you had any insight on what was up with that. Exactly.
I think they wanted to get more interviews. I know I've been interviewed. I'm almost positive everybody else, except there's some people they're waiting on to get interviewed, because I think, aren't they doing the Night of the Demons like all 3 or something?
That's what I had always heard about the documentary, that it kind of like the Elm Street documentary. They wanted to put them all together at one time, and you'd see news articles about it, and people were talking about it, and then it just dropped off the radar. Because, I mean, I know projects get lost sometimes, but you don't want to see that one get lost.
No.
Definitely.
No. I think it's COVID. I think they wanted to go to Canada or something to get some people interviewed, and they can't now. Yeah. So, because of safety reasons and all these precautions. I think that's it. Yeah. I'm almost positive.
Have you been able to do any work really this year?
I've done 3 movies, believe it or not. One's coming out from Asylum. It's a dinosaur movie. Kind of a... Well, they're the same people. Asylum did...
Asylum's... They're
Sharknado.
They're nutty. They do some wild shit.
So it's like Jurassic Park, but lower budget, would you say?
I can dig it.
A little bit, without Steven Spielberg. Yeah. And then I did one, which will be finished after COVID, or in March, actually, which is called... I can't remember the name. It's a vampire film. Okay. And then I did one that I directed, which is called Zombie Games.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like...
I hadn't even heard of that. I've seen it online.
Hunger Games, but with zombies.
So that's your first directing?
Yes. Yes, I had a blast doing that.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay, that was totally off my radar. That's cool.
Yeah. I have a channel. If you go to YouTube, it's Dragonflix, FLIX.biz, .biz, and I have a reality show on there. I have talking about my different movies I've done, all kinds of stuff on there. So if you go to YouTube, you can find it.
Nice. And we got that plugged, and we can run the graphics for everything on that. We're good to go. That's cool. Talk about upcoming, Sorority Babes too. Where are they at?
I don't know, because they haven't even said anything to me, and I know I'm in it. Yeah. So nobody's asked me, and I'm like seeing these things about Sorority Babes too, and I'm like, well, why don't you ask me or my manager or something about it?
Yeah, I would think they would have been in your ear pretty strong, because that's more eagerly anticipated than people would expect, I think.
I would love that. That would be great. Yes. That would be great.
I mean, not only is it one of the greatest titles in horror history,
I know,
but you've got a lot of those in your catalog, so to speak. Big, long, wordy titles that are just...
Maybe they're waiting for David Dakota to take a break from Hallmark films. Or Lifetime, or whatever it is. Can you believe that Fred Olen Ray and David Dakota are doing those films now? Where it's all like...
I mean, I don't know. I hate to, I wouldn't judge what people do, but they're so formulaic in a lot of ways, I guess. Yeah. Maybe it's an easy gig, to just rinse and repeat. It is.
You just know what to do. But it's more fun doing horror.
Oh, yeah. Way more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've always stayed in the genre. I love that, because there's a lot of people that do horror and get out of it, and it's especially from that era that are almost, it's almost like they're ashamed of it, like trying to get Jennifer Aniston to talk about Leprechaun is like yeah, I was in it, and it's like, what are you what are you ashamed of, like a lot of people got their starts, and people like Clooney and even got their starts in horror, and they act ashamed of it. I love the lifers, the people that understand that the horror community itself is special, and the genre. I think you have a lot more flexibility, honestly, to play interesting characters and do different things.
Mm-hmm. I've enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed the people that love horror. Mm-hmm. The horror family, like you said, and they're amazing people.
I was talking to Barbara Crampton, I think it was like a year ago, and she said it was funny being from that generation and what the roles that women had in the 80s, basically. She said it's cool now getting older in the genre, because the roles as a older female, but also a legend, she gets meatier, cool roles that she can sink her teeth into.
Yeah.
Have you found a little bit more meat and a little bit less running around and getting killed?
Oh, yes, definitely. Even though I've been killed a few times recently, it was like, like a vampire killing or something like that. It was not like, I'm getting my head chopped off or something like that. So, but yeah, I don't have to run around as much or get a bunch of prosthetics or, all that. Yeah. But I was lucky. I got to do, like, in Sorority Babes, I got to play a tough ass. In Return of the Living Dead, I got to play a tough ass. I did some parts, though, where I'm, like, just the girl going, screaming and running, and that gets old.
Yeah, I would imagine it does.
Yeah.
Knowing that no matter what, you don't even need to look at the script, because it's just the same part every time. Gets naked, has sex, runs away.
Exactly.
Gets killed,
like, okay.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I'd like to see a lot of the meatier roles for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I did it again. I wiped out all my questions.
Wow.
I came thinking I wasn't going to get a lot of time, but I guess given experience, I should have known better.
Oh, no, you never know better. That's one thing that happens, is you never know.
Yeah, crazy events like this. Yeah. That's what I was saying when we got here. I was like, we're just going to hurry up and wait, squeeze it in where we can. So.
Well, it's like with something like this, it's near Christmas, so you don't know, are people going to want to come out, or are they going to be like, Christmas shopping, or they already left to go where they're going to go, or you just don't know.
That's really good. You had to, because unlike some of the folks, you're not local, so you had to fly out here and everything.
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool of you to come out.
Oh, yeah. I love Dallas.
We found out about this, actually, when we were shooting the grand opening stuff here.
Oh,
and I was working a promo with Lloyd, and he hadn't even told me in advance, and then he dropped the Christmas market thing, and I was like, okay, that sounds cool. And then he kind of hit me up on Messenger, and he's like, psst, I got Linnea Quigley. And I was like, get the fuck out of town, dude.
Oh.
Seriously? Like, nice. Because people aren't really traveling right now, and it's a tough time of year.
It's
so
horrible. Yeah.
That's really cool to come out at this time and do that.
Oh, yeah. It is. I'm glad I did, because it makes you appreciate life more.
Definitely. Being with the tribe.
Yes.
Being with your
I'm
people.
back with the tribe. I'm with my people.
It was it was hard going through the last year without a Frightmare or any cons to go to. I mean, Frightmare is really mine. I haven't gone to the ones,
it's such a good
even though I'm from the East Coast, I haven't gone to a con on the East Coast because I'm stationary out here. But Frightmare is such a good con that if it's the only one you get to go to, that's a pretty good place to be.
Yeah, because I heard Barbara Hershey was there last year. Was it last year?
I think it was last year. I want to say.
Okay, it's hard to differentiate when you have COVID, because it's like life stopped in last part of February, first part of March, and then It
was like people say 2020 has been a hell of a decade.
It has.
You really don't have any idea what's going on this year. I don't. You just shoot from the hip. So.
And I love the people that said, "Oh, after the elections, COVID won't be anymore." And I'm like, "What?" It's like
elections aren't going to diseases don't care.
No,
about
they
elections.
don't go, "Okay, so and so won, so we're going to stop COVID now." Like there's going to be some secret
Unless we're all really being screwed with, in which case,
then we're in trouble.
Buy the ticket and take the ride. There's nothing else you can do anyway.
I know. It's horrible. But I still can't believe your daughter's 16.
Right?
Where'd she meet her boyfriend?
Theater. She's
in theater?
Yeah, she's I think 4th year theater student, but switched over to tech more than the acting side because they've been musical heavy, and she doesn't really care for doing musicals.
Right.
If it's not a musical, she's usually involved, but if it's a musical, she's tech, and he's a kind of a frontline performer. So
that's cool.
The theater couple.
Do you have a recent picture of her?
A recent picture? Yeah, I know I do in there somewhere. We'll see. I like him though. He's a good kid. Good kid.
Because dads are very picky with their daughters.
To say the very least. She is my only one. So picky is something of an understatement.
Oh, I bet.
And she's daddy's girl. So.
Oh.
There she is.
Oh my gosh, she's beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm seeing.
Yep, that's my girl.
She is so neat. That's
the
great.
unicorn horn is mine, believe it or not. I actually.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
yeah.
My
God, I love it.
I rock my horn all the time. They threw me. I don't know if you're familiar with the Canadian TV show Letterkenny.
No.
Freaking good? If you've never seen it, Letterkenny. It's all one word. Letterkenny.
Okay.
Jump in dry. Don't know anything about it. It's my favorite piece of Canadian work ever. Pure comedy. It's not exactly idiot comedy, but I don't even know how to describe Letterkenny.
Okay.
It's completely amazing.
I've got to see this.
And I had somewhere I was going with that. And then completely.
Wait, you were talking about the unicorn hat.
Oh yeah, okay, the birthday party.
Okay.
There's a running joke in there about a guy that likes his birthday party super soft. Like,
what's that mean?
Rainbowy, unicorny, fluffy,
okay.
like a little kid's birthday party for an adult.
Yeah.
So I turned 41 last May, and when I woke up, I came out and there were balloons hanging from the ceiling down the hallway. The whole house was decorated in pink and gold.
Oh my
God. They had bought me rainbow pajamas, a unicorn horn, a pink shirt, a bottle of really good scotch, a brand new Kindle, and I basically just sat around, got way too hammered, looking like a silly unicorn.
Oh, that's cute.
And had myself a super soft birthday party.
That's cute. I like that.
And that was Grace's idea.
That's a great birthday party. It was her idea.
As far as I know. I mean, she and my wife both put it together, but yeah, I think that's
a great idea. They must have laughed so hard when they were buying that stuff. Hi, Matt.
The videos are borderline embarrassing.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, you know you look like Jason Statham.
I have actually heard that. Yeah, one of my old bosses when I worked at the AMC theater used to tell me that. I can't even remember her name, the older lady that was there for a while. But yeah, he worked with me at AMC.
I love his movies. Crank and all those. They're so good.
And she'd do that all the time. She's like, you look like somebody, and I can't figure out who. And I'm like, I don't know. And she just walks up to me one day, and she's like, Jason Statham. And I went,
Statham. I always say his name wrong.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
I was like, I like him. And she's like, no, that's who you look like.
You
and
do?
I was like, no, get the hell out of here. Started looking up pictures and went,
yeah, I guess I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I'm skinny. Anyways, I used to be 300 pounds. I've been a lot bigger than this.
Were?
Yeah. I don't look like Jason Statham at 300 pounds. I can promise you that. I look like I ate Jason Statham at 300 pounds, but I'm not.
Oh my God. Wow.
No, I go about 225 now. I've lost a fair amount. So
that must have been hard to do.
Yeah.
I would think losing weight is really hard.
It is.
Oh my God.
Struggle of the big
man. Good for you. Wow. That's a lot.
Well, thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate it too.
I got one of my dream interviews, so
yay!
Thank you, Horror DNA TV. We'll see y'all later.